My child, as you are reading these words, I am looking directly at your heart. I see the thoughts that race through your mind, the worries that try to suffocate your peace, the questions that never leave you alone. You did not open this message by accident. I have been watching and waiting for the right moment to whisper to you in a way you cannot ignore. Even now, as your eyes move line by line, my presence is around you, surrounding you, touching places in your soul that no human can reach. Archangel Michael has been trying to talk to you. He has been circling your life like a strong guardian, standing between you and battles you don't even know about. When you felt sudden fear for no reason, when you woke up with a heavy heart, when you sensed that something was wrong but could not explain it, he was there, sounding an alarm in the spirit, trying to get your attention. Not to frighten you, but to protect you. Not to break you, but to bring you into truth. There is a person connected to your story whose time is shorter than they realize. Their life, like a candle that has burned for many years, is closer to its final flicker than anyone around them can see. I am not telling you this to make you afraid, but to make you awake. Because before their earthly journey ends, there is something important that must be spoken, something that has been kept inside for too long, something that is tied to your healing. Your understanding, and your freedom. This person has carried words in their heart that they never fully gave you. It may be sorrow. It may be regret. It may be a confession. It may be a blessing they were too proud, too fearful, or too broken to say out loud. They have walked with secrets like stones in their chest, heavy and silent. Some of those secrets affected your life, your childhood, your relationships, your choices. Some of those secrets made you doubt yourself, made you question your worth, made you feel like you were never truly seen or understood. I have seen the moments when you sat alone and replayed conversations that never happened. The times you whispered, "Why didn't they protect me? Why didn't they tell me the truth? Why did they choose others over me? Why did they leave me with so many questions?" You have cried silently over what you never heard. I am proud of you. I am sorry. I did wrong. You did not deserve what happened to you. It was not your fault. These are the words your soul has waited for, like dry ground waiting for rain. Archangel Michael has been sent to position you so that nothing that is meant for you will be buried with this person. There is a conversation, a moment, a revelation that must not be lost. There is a key they are carrying without realizing it, a key connected to your purpose, your peace, your identity, even your next season. I am not forcing you to chase them or beg them, but I am preparing your heart so that when the moment comes, you will be ready, ready to listen, ready to hear, ready to let go, ready to release. Ready to forgive, ready to receive, ready to rise. Do you remember those days when you felt an unexplainable heaviness about a certain person? When their name would keep coming into your mind, even when you tried to push it away? When old memories surfaced in your heart out of nowhere, and you wondered why you were suddenly thinking about the past. That was not random. That was my spirit moving gently over the waters of your soul. That was Archangel Michael whispering, "Pay attention. Something is shifting. Something is coming to light. A chapter is approaching its final page." This person's life has been a mixture of mistakes and mercy. I have watched them from the very beginning. Just as I have watched you. They have made choices that pierced your heart, choices that created wounds that took years to even understand. Yet in their own way, they have also been wounded, confused, bound by patterns they never broke. They did not always know how to love you properly. They did not always know how to protect you. They did not always know how to speak what their heart was trying to say. They have played a role in your pain, but I also desire to use them in your healing before their time is over. There is something they need to tell you, and there is something you need to hear. Not to reopen old wounds just to bleed, but to clean what has been infected for so long. The enemy wanted their life to end with everything still hidden, with you still carrying confusion, with you still thinking you were unworthy, with you still assuming that your story was shaped only by rejection and abandonment. But I am stepping into this area of your life because I love you too much to leave you in that place. Archangel Michael is trying to talk to you because the spiritual atmosphere is shifting around this situation. Doors that were stuck are starting to move. Hearts that were hard are beginning to crack. You may see small signs, sudden communication, unexpected questions, conversations that feel different from before, unusual honesty, emotional breakdowns, tears from someone you never imagined would cry in front of you. These are not accidents, they are signals that a hidden wall is weakening, that pride is being challenged, that truth is trying to surface. This person is beginning to feel the weight of everything they never said. When they are alone, memories of you rise up. Scenes from years ago replay in their mind. Moments they brushed off now return with sharper clarity. They are being confronted internally, not by human voices, but by my spirit. I am bringing back to their remembrance the times they should have stood by you, the times they could have protected you, the times they chose silence instead of truth, the times they put others before you, the times they believed lies about you, the times they allowed distance instead of seeking reconciliation. They feel the passing of time more intensely now. They sense that they are not as strong, not as invincible, not as far from the end as they once imagined. In quiet moments, they are afraid. Afraid of leaving things unfinished. Afraid of facing me with unspoken wrongs. Afraid that their chance to make it right with you is slipping away. They may not show this fear openly. They may still act proud, defensive, normal. But I see their inner battles. And I have dispatched Archangel Michael to fight for what is rightfully yours, your clarity, your peace, your closure, your freedom. you have carried many why questions for years. You blamed yourself for stories you never fully knew. You thought, maybe I was the problem. Maybe I was not good enough. Maybe I deserved what I got. Maybe I am too sensitive. Maybe my pain wasn't real. But I say to you now, your pain was real. Your tears were real. Your confusion was real. The way you were treated did matter. The moments you needed love and received silence, needed protection and received neglect, needed truth and received lies, those moments were not invisible to me. There are details about your past that you will not have to guess about much longer. Things that were kept from you are coming to the surface. The person whose time is drawing nearer to me knows more than they have admitted. They know things about what happened to you. What was said about you, what was done around you. They know the real reason behind certain decisions, the real story behind certain events, the real motives behind certain actions. They have been living with that knowledge while you have been living with the consequences, yet even now, I approach them with mercy. Because my desire is not just to condemn, but to transform. I want them to repent, to humble themselves, to open their mouth and speak what they should have spoken long ago. I want them to release you from false blame, to admit where they were wrong, to restore what can still be restored through honesty and humility. Before their life on earth ends, there is still a window to choose truth over pride. Love over stubbornness, healing over denial. Archangel Michael is trying to talk to you because I am preparing your heart not only to hear, but also to respond wisely. When this person reaches out, through a message, a call, a visit, a sudden confession, there will be a rush of emotions inside you. You may feel anger, hurt, disbelief, tenderness, sadness, love, or even numbness all at once. You might be tempted to shut them down instantly, to reject their attempt, to protect yourself by refusing to listen. But I am strengthening you now so that when that moment arrives, you will be guided, not by raw emotion, but by my hand. You do not have to agree with everything they say. You do not have to excuse their wrongs. You do not have to pretend the past didn't hurt. But I will give you the grace to discern what is true, to receive what is useful, to release what must go, to forgive in a way that frees you instead of imprisoning you. Forgiveness does not mean you approve of what happened. It means you choose not to let it control the rest of your life. It means you choose my peace over endless inner warfare. I am not asking you to perform for them. I am not asking you to pretend. I am asking you to be present, to stay open enough to receive what I pour through this encounter. Because I will be in the room when this conversation happens, whether it is in person, through voice, or through written words. I will be standing by you, and Archangel Michael will be standing behind you. You will not be alone. There is also something important you need to say. You have held back your truth out of fear of being dismissed, misunderstood, or blamed. You have swallowed tears that should have been acknowledged, silenced emotions that deserved expression. You thought trying to be strong meant never speaking about what broke you. But strength is not shutting down your voice. Strength is allowing your voice to carry what I have placed inside you without hatred, without revenge, but with honesty and dignity. I will give you the words at the right time. You do not need to rehearse speeches in anxiety, rewriting every sentence in your mind. Simply remain close to me. Talk to me about your pain, your questions, your fears about this person, your mixed emotions. Lay everything before me. The more you pour out your heart to me now, the more room I will have to pour my wisdom into you later. When the appointed hour comes, you will be surprised at how calm, clear, and steady your spirit feels. Even if your body is trembling, do not worship the timing. Trust me with the timing. Whether this moment comes soon or later, know that I am already in the future, preparing the ground. I am softening hearts. I am arranging circumstances. I am working through doctors, through sudden realizations. Through quiet nights, through unexpected memories, through dreams, through conversations with others. I am weaving pathways that lead to the place where what must be spoken will be spoken. I also want you to understand this, even if this person fails to fully admit everything, even if they do not surrender completely, even if they still hold back some truths, you will not be robbed. You will not be left empty. Because I am your ultimate revealer. I am your ultimate healer. If something remains unsaid on earth, I will still find a way to bring you the inner answers you need. You will not live the rest of your life chained to mysteries that torment you. I will give you peace that surpasses the need to know every detail. I will give you the knowing that matters most, that you are loved, chosen, seen, and held by me. The ending of their life is not the ending of your story. In fact, for you, it will be the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where the weight you carried from that relationship, from those unspoken words, will no longer press on your chest like a constant ache. A chapter where you will be able to breathe differently, think differently, relate differently. A chapter where you will no longer be haunted by what they didn't say or didn't do, because you will be anchored in what I have spoken over you. I have been watching you trying to be strong for everyone while no one really understood how heavy this part of your heart has been. You have smiled through pain, helped others while you were bleeding, encouraged people while you were confused, stood up for others when no one stood up for you. I have seen it all. And now, in this divine moment, I am saying to you, I am stepping into the deeper layers of your story. I am touching the roots, not just the branches. I am healing the foundation, not just the surface. Archangel Michael has been fighting battles in the unseen on your behalf. There were moments when the enemy wanted this unresolved relationship to break you permanently, to turn your heart hard, to make you bitter, to convince you that love is dangerous, that trust is foolish, that connection only leads to pain. But every time darkness tried to seal your heart shut, my light reached in through the smallest crack and kept it beating with hope. That is why, even after everything, a part of you still desires understanding, still desires love, still desires truth. That is not weakness, that is my image in you. There is a holy urgency in this message, not to panic you, but to lift you out of spiritual sleep. I do not want you to miss what I am arranging. I do not want you to be so distracted by daily noise, by fear, by resentment, by hopelessness, that you ignore the signals I am sending. When you sense the nudge to reach out, to pray, to speak a kind word, to show mercy, or to simply be available, do not silence that nudge. When you sense the need to release anger again in my presence, to cry, to forgive, do not run from that moment. All of this is preparation. I am training your heart even now. Every time you choose to forgive in prayer, even if your emotions still hurt, something shifts in the spirit. Every time you choose not to rehearse revenge in your mind, but speak life over your own future, chains are loosening. Every time you choose not to curse them in your thoughts, but place them in my hands, heaven moves. You are not being passive, you are partnering with me for a deeper victory. Do not confuse their nearing end with your ending. Your days are not shrinking in the same way. I have more for you. More joy. More purpose. More connections. More laughter. More healing. More breakthroughs. More open doors. What is closing for them is opening for you. Where one story reaches its final pages, another story, yours, is being written boldly with new ink. There will be a day when you look back on this message and realize why I brought it to you at this time. You will remember the confusion you felt, the heaviness you carried, the questions you had. Then you will remember the conversation, the moment, the shift that came later, and you will say, God was preparing me. God was talking to me before I even saw it. This will confirm to you, again, that I am not distant. That I am not silent, that I am deeply involved in your life. I know there is also fear inside you, fear of loss, fear of goodbyes, fear of grief. You have already known loss in your life, and the idea of facing it again makes your chest tighten. Hear me, I will not abandon you in any season of grief. If this person leaves earth before you feel fully satisfied with what was spoken, I will comfort you. If they speak more than you expected, and it opens floodgates of tears, I will sit with you in that flood. If their departure triggers old traumas, I will walk through each memory with you, gently, patiently, faithfully. You are not fragile in my hands. You are safe in my arms. You are not too broken for me. You are not too complicated for me. Your story is not too messy for me. I specialize in taking what looks like ruins and revealing the hidden design of redemption. I am already building something beautiful out of what crushed you. There is something else you must understand. The enemy wanted this person to leave Earth with curses on their lips, with denial in their heart, with bitterness in their spirit, with lies still standing, with your heart still tangled in their shadows. But I am rewriting that intention. I am sending light into the last stretch of their journey. I am stirring conviction in them. I am making them restless in all the places where they chose silence. I am confronting them with the reality that time on earth is not endless. And that relationships matter to me more than reputations. They may resist, they may delay, they may try to distract themselves. But my spirit is persistent. I will keep knocking. I will keep tugging on their conscience. I will keep reminding them of you. Of what you deserve to receive. Of what they still can say before it's too late. Some of the tears they cry in secret now are the beginning of that surrender. You may notice them softening in small ways. Maybe they ask about you more often. Maybe they show unusual concern. Maybe they confess little things that surprise you. These are signs that the ground is shifting. Be watchful, not fearful. Stay prayerful, not obsessed. Do not try to control every outcome. Release them into my hands and focus on what I am doing inside you. In the days ahead, I want you to guard your heart and your peace. Do not let every rumor, every opinion, every family voice pull you in different directions. Come to me first. Let me be your counselor before you turn to others for advice. I will send the right people to support you, but I want you to know my voice personally, so that you do not get lost in the noise. Archangel Michael will continue to stand at your side as these layers unfold. When you feel overwhelmed, remember that heaven is not distant from your situation. When you feel like you're about to be pulled back into old patterns, call out to me, and my angels will strengthen you. When you feel tempted to shut down completely, I will hold your heart and whisper, "You are safe with me." Breathe. Stay present. I am here. Even now, as you read this, I am pouring peace into you. That tightness in your chest, that feeling that something is about to shift, that trembling in your soul, it is not meant to paralyze you. It is a signal that you are standing on the edge of a new level of healing. It is a sign that your life is moving, not backwards, but forwards. What the enemy meant to use as the final blow against your heart, I am transforming into a doorway to deeper freedom. You do not have to understand everything today. You do not have to know who, when, or how in every detail. You only need to do this: stay close to me, keep your heart soft, keep your ears open, keep your spirit willing. I will guide you step by step. I will make it clear when to speak and when to be silent, when to stay and when to walk away, when to comfort and when to set boundaries, when to listen and when to release. I am not finished with your story. I am not finished with their story either. even in their final season. My mercy is still reaching. My justice is still working. My love is still covering. My truth is still unfolding, so do not skip these words in your heart. Let them sink in. Let them sit with you. Return to them if you need to. Read them again on days when you feel confused. On nights when you sense something shifting but cannot explain it. Each time you return, I will reveal another layer, another comfort, another instruction, another assurance. You are not reading a random message on a random day. This is part of a divine conversation between my heart and yours. Archangel Michael is standing by because something sacred is being set in motion, something that involves endings, but also powerful new beginnings. Rest now in this. You are not alone, you are not unseen, and you will not be left with unanswered pain. I am with you, I am speaking to you now, my child, and I want you to know that this message is not an accident. You did not stumble here by chance. I have been watching your heart, your tears, your confusion, and I have seen how many times you wanted a clear sign that I was near. So I am using this moment, these words, to reach you. I am not far. I am not silent. I am closer to you than your own breath, and I am speaking to you because there is something important you must not ignore any longer. Archangel Michael has been trying to get your attention. You have felt it as a restlessness, as a strange heaviness, as sudden thoughts that appear and disappear before you can catch them. You have felt it in the nights when sleep does not come easily, when memories return, when faces and voices from your past replay like a movie you cannot pause. This is not madness. This is not meaningless. This is a call. This is a knocking at the door of your spirit. You have been asking me to speak, and I have been answering in ways you did not fully understand. Now I am making it plain to you. I am speaking, and Michael is near you on an assignment from me. There is a soul connected to your life whose time on earth is shorter than you think. I am not telling you this to scare you. I am not telling you this so you live in panic, suspicion, or confusion. I am telling you this so you live in love. Human life is fragile, my child. You see days pass and assume there are many more to come, but you do not see how thin the thread of life really is. You do not know how many last conversations have already taken place without anyone realizing they were the last. You do not know how many hearts carried unspoken words all the way into the silence of the grave. I do not want this to be your story. There is someone who carries a weight in their heart that is connected to you. There is something they have not said, something they have held back out of fear, pride, shame, or regret. They needed time. They needed courage. They needed a window of mercy, and I have been giving it to them. I have been stretching time for their sake. I have been whispering to their conscience when they lay awake at night. I have been confronting them with memories they tried to bury. I have shown them your face in their mind, your voice in their dreams, your kindness replaying in their thoughts. They feel that their life is not as long as they once imagined, and there is urgency rising in their spirit that they cannot explain. You have noticed subtle signs too. A sudden message from them after a long silence, or the feeling to check on them, or a strange sadness when you think of them. Sometimes you push it away, because you do not want to reopen old wounds. Sometimes you almost reach for your phone, then stop. Sometimes you wonder, why am I thinking about them now? I want you to understand, in those moments, heaven is working. Michael is stirring the waters. The invisible world is moving gently around your life so that reconciliation, truth, and healing can happen before the door closes. Do not misunderstand me, my child. I am not calling you to live terrified of death. I am calling you to live conscious of love. When I say someone's time is short, I am not allowing you to guess who, accuse anyone, or live in morbid speculation. I am calling you to live in such a way that if any person in your life were called home today, there would be fewer regrets in your heart. I am calling you to forgive faster, to speak softer, to love deeper, to express what you carry instead of waiting for a perfect moment that may never come. I am calling you to maturity of love. Michael is trying to talk to you about your heart. You have hardened parts of it to protect yourself from pain. You have built walls so high that even the light struggles to enter. There are memories that still sting, names that still disturb your peace, and words that were spoken to you that still echo when you are alone. You have said, I have forgiven, but then your heart tightens when that person's name appears. You have said, I have moved on, but your emotions betray you when old scenes replay in your mind. I see all of this, and still I love you. I am not ashamed of your scars. I am not surprised by your weakness. I am here to take the weight from your hands. There is something important this person needs to tell you. But there is also something important you need to release, even if they never speak. The most powerful thing you can do in this time is to keep your heart open to my voice. Let Michael's presence be a reminder, there is a spiritual reality surrounding you. You are not alone in your pain. You are not abandoned in your waiting. When you feel that sudden pressure in your chest, that urge to cry for no reason, that strange pull to remember and reflect, know that heaven is trying to rearrange something inside you. I am positioning you for peace. You have cried asking, why did they do that to me? Why did they say those words? Why didn't they protect me? Why did they leave? Why did they choose others over me? Your questions rise like smoke from a burning house. And you feel the ruins of what once was. My child, listen carefully. I saw every injustice. I heard every cruel word. I know every betrayal, every abandonment, every night you cried into your pillow in secret. None of it slipped past me. None of it was invisible. I am not the author of your pain, but I am the one who will use even that pain to build a new you, to shape a new future, to write a new story where you stand stronger and shine brighter. The person whose time is shorter than you know carries their own story of brokenness. They are not only what they did to you. You see fragments, I see the whole. You see the wound they gave you, I see the wounds they also received. You see the day they failed you. I see the days when they themselves were failed. This does not erase their responsibility. It does not excuse their actions. But it explains the darkness they carried. It shows you that to truly forgive is to understand that pain spreads from person to person like fire. Somewhere, someone lit that fire in them, and then they burned you without fully knowing how destructive their flames were. Michael is standing in the gap now, between the past and the future. His sword is not only a weapon of war, it is a tool of separation. He is cutting away patterns that have followed your family, spiritual chains that have passed from one generation to the next, curses of silence, pride, and unspoken love. You have seen it, in your family or your circle. People do not say what they really feel until it is too late. They keep love hidden. They hide apologies behind stubborn faces. They wait and wait and wait, and then a funeral becomes the place where truth finally weeps out in tears and flowers laid on a coffin. I do not want you to repeat this pattern, so I am calling you now to a higher way. I am saying to you, do not wait for the perfect moment. Do not wait for their last breath to realize what you wish you had done. Do not wait for guilt to break you when it could have been peace that held you. If I nudge your heart to reach out, do so with wisdom and gentleness. If I whisper, pray for them. Do not ignore me. If I put them in your mind while you are busy, pause and lift their name to me. You may never know how close they are to the edge. You may never know how much your prayer steadied them in a silent battle they dared not mention to anyone. Remember this, you are not responsible for how they respond. You are responsible for keeping your own heart clean. If they refuse to speak, if they remain distant, if they never confess what they did, I still call you to release them into my hands. Forgiveness is not saying that their action was right, it is saying that you will no longer allow their action to own your heart. It is unlocking the cage of resentment and stepping out into the fresh air of freedom. Michael is ready to fight for you, but he fights best when you let go of what binds you. Angels break chains, but you must stop holding the broken metal pieces as souvenirs. There is also something I need to tell you about fear. When you hear that someone's life may end soon, your mind may run wild. You may start to worry about everyone. You may look at each face and wonder, is it them? That is not what I want for you. I am not speaking this to make you paranoid. I am speaking this to bring you into a posture of love and readiness. Your assignment is not to guess and fear. Your assignment is to love and prepare. Your assignment is to treat each conversation as a chance for light. Each day as a gift, each interaction as something that could matter far more than you realize. My child, there are people who left this world with words trapped in their throats, apologies locked in their mind, and love that never found its way into sentences. Do not become one of them. Do not let your life be a story of "I wanted to say, but I never did." Do not let the person connected to you leave this world still wondering if you truly forgave them, if you truly loved them, if you truly saw them beyond their mistakes. You cannot fix everything. You cannot heal everyone. But you can choose to show them a glimpse of my heart before their time is over. There are days ahead when you will feel my presence more strongly than before. A sudden warmth, an unexpected peace, a random memory followed by a calm urge to let go and bless instead of curse. This is me. This is my spirit moving in you. This is Michael standing watch as you take steps into inner freedom. You may even find yourself crying without knowing why, as old pain is finally loosening its grip. Do not be afraid of these tears. They are not signs of weakness. They are the rivers washing away what has clung to you for too long. You have been asking me, what is my purpose? Why am I here? Why did I have to go through all this? And I say to you now, part of your purpose is to break patterns. You are chosen to stop cycles of hatred, bitterness, and silence. You are chosen to be the one who forgives differently, who loves differently, who speaks differently. You are chosen to hold the door open between heaven and your bloodline through your prayers and your choices. You are not just suffering randomly, you have been in training. Your pain has been shaping in you a softness for others, an understanding of broken hearts, a wisdom about what truly matters. The person whose life will not stretch as long as you once imagined is also part of this story. Their existence is a mirror, showing you what is urgent and what is not. Arguments that lasted for years suddenly look small when faced with the reality of mortality. Old offenses lose their shine when you imagine seeing them lying still. Unable to speak, unable to correct, unable to reach. This is not morbid, this is clarity. Death has a way of simplifying life. I am sharing this with you not to haunt you, but to heal your priorities. Michael stands by at the threshold between life and death, between earthly time and eternity. He has witnessed countless souls take their final breath. He has seen those who left reconciled and those who left with unfinished business tangled around their hearts. He knows the pain of those who remain behind, replaying the last words, the last look, the last message that was never answered. That is why he has been pressing into your atmosphere, stirring your heart, trying to get you to pay attention. He knows how important this window of time is for you and for them. You must also know this: you are loved. Deeply, fiercely, tenderly loved. You are not an afterthought. You are not the forgotten one. You are not the one who will be left empty after giving everything. I am not asking you to forgive and love so that you can be used again. I am asking you to forgive and love so that you will be free. I will protect you. Where boundaries are needed, I will guide you. There are times when reconciliation happens only in prayer and not in close contact, because distance is still the safest place for your heart and your story. I will show you which path is yours, if I do not open the door to a face-to-face conversation. Do not force it. Bring your words to me. Speak to me as if you were speaking to them. Tell me what hurt you, what you wish they had said, what you wish you could tell them now. I will hear it all. I will receive every word. I will take your pain and fold it into my compassion. And as you do this, chains will fall. The invisible cords that tied your peace to their behavior will begin to break. You will still care about them, but they will no longer control your emotional weather. On some nights, you may sense a heavy presence, as if something serious is hanging in the air. Do not be afraid. Call on me. Speak my name. Ask for my peace to fill your room. Ask Michael to stand guard at your door. Declare that fear will not rule you, that panic will not guide your choices. You are under my wings, my child. No darkness can cross the bloodline of my love without my permission. Even if difficult days come, even if news arrives that shakes you, I will be your anchor. I will be the hand that holds you when your own legs feel too weak to stand. I see the version of you that is coming. The one who has forgiven more than others thought possible. The one who carries wisdom in their eyes because they have walked through fires and did not let them turn their heart to stone. The one who can stand beside others in their darkest moments and say, I understand, with real authority, because you have been there and found me there. The one who refuses to waste time on petty drama, because you have learned the value of a single day, a single word, a single hug freely given. My child, your story is not ending. Your life is not about to be taken from you in terror. I am not showing you another's limited time to make you think your own is nearly over. I am showing you this so that you live more fully while it is still today. I am waking you up to the reality that every heart around you is fragile, and every soul you touch is precious. I want you to look at people not only with human eyes, but with the eyes of eternity. See the ones who hide their brokenness behind jokes. See the ones who drown their pain in busyness. See the ones who carry secrets they are too ashamed to speak aloud. And when I lead you, be the one who listens, who forgives, who prays. The important thing they need to tell you may come in many forms. It might be an apology. It might be a confession. It might be gratitude they never expressed. It might be a truth about your past that will finally make sense of things you never understood. When and if that moment comes, breathe deeply and remember, I am with you in that room, in that conversation, in that phone call, in that message. You are not walking into it alone. Let your response reflect my heart, not your old wounds. Let your voice carry both truth and grace. You do not need to pretend that nothing happened. But you also do not need to let pain speak louder than love. If that moment never comes in this life, trust me with what remains unspoken. I am a God of justice. I am a God of truth. In my presence, nothing stays hidden. One day, every tangled thread will be laid straight. Every misunderstanding will be cleared. Every secret will be known. You will stand in a place where pain no longer clouds your vision, and you will understand things that now feel impossible to grasp. Until then, live by faith, not by constant analysis. Trust that I am working in ways you cannot see. Archangel Michael is trying to talk to you because heaven is aligning things around your heart. Take this seriously. But do not let it crush you. Let it soften you. Let it make you kinder, gentler, more present. When you next see the people in your life, look at them a little longer. Listen a little deeper. Hug a little tighter if I lead you. Say the words of love you have been saving for a better time. There is no better time than obedience. I am proud of you for even reading this far. Many would turn away from a message that touches their wounds. Many would skip anything that calls them to change. But you are still here, still reading, still open. That openness is a miracle in itself. It shows me that, in spite of everything, your heart has not completely shut down. There is still tenderness in you. There is still hope. There is still a quiet desire for my voice. I will honor that, from this moment, a new chapter begins in your inner life. You may not feel it all at once, but the shift has started. You invited my words, and I have poured them into you. Walk forward with this. You are protected, you are guided, and you are being prepared. Michael stands watch. My spirit breathes in you. Love is your assignment. Freedom is your portion. And no matter who stays or who goes, I will never leave you. I will be with you in every goodbye, in every hello, in every silent in-between. You are mine, and I am holding you, now and always.